In the pre-pandemic era, enterprises were trying to digitize, but it was not the necessity to digitize, right? So when pandemic came, they lost revenues and they were all looking for new revenue streams, right? So there was no option. It was not an option anymore for enterprises to look at digitization as a strategy. It became a necessity, right? So we have seen this kind of data amongst pre-pandemic and post-pandemic demands and kind of inquiries that we keep getting, and we have changed the business a lot since what we are trying to do pre-pandemic as compared to what we're trying to do post-pandemic. For example, we are more of a standardized solution now because we have figured out what enterprises are looking for, right? As compared to pre-pandemic, it was more of an outreach kind of approach, and it was more an enterprise kind of approach as compared to standard. So we have seen a huge surge in the requests and needs of transformational data and for companies to get online, which has been fueled by the pandemic. We are proud to say that we have worked with some of the leaders like Marriott, like OCBC, like Seed Group is one of our partners here, right? So we have done some POCs and cases here. So let's see how it transforms into the other markets. One of the reasons we started this company was to help other clients with understand how to monetize their database. People have different needs, and everybody is buying a product from a vertical that they're used to. And there are companies that are specialized in those verticals. Think of travel companies. People would go to a travel company to buy a travel product. People would go to a telco to upload or buy more data. Why can't a bank sell their customers a bottle of water? Why can't a telco sell their customers groceries? This is empowerment, and this is what we are bringing in to the trade. So we are building an e-commerce platform that understands customer behavior, understands intent data, and brings across different verticals of inventory under one platform. And that platform is branded to the telco or the bank's platform. And now the customers can suddenly access different verticals of inventory and purchase them using points or using points that they have earned or by cash or a credit card. Not only that, we go above and beyond by actually merchandising the platform. By merchandising, I mean we supply the product. We would scope, build the software, maintain the software, and also service. By service, I mean we bring the different merchandise products on this for the client's customers to actually buy, and then we do the after-sales service as well. So this is a very evolved e-commerce business model. What we do at the end of the day, we make sense of the data, send reports to the client saying that, okay, this is your best performing segment, this is what you should do, and this is what we're going to do to increase your revenue from these different verticals. It adds to the top line, it adds to consumer behavior understanding, and it also adds to how can they sell their core product better to their customers. Because data is king. Without data understanding, we cannot make good inferences and decisions. That's what we are trying to bring to the table, to understand and make sense of data through different verticals of inventory on one single platform. Dubai is very welcoming to all businesses, right? If you look at the kind of companies, unicorns or startups that came out of Dubai recently, right? It was $9.1 billion in GCC. $9.1 billion worth of investments have gone into startups here. 55% of that has come from UAE. Out of that, 95% are from Dubai. So the data speaks for itself, right? That we have a very conducive and welcoming business environment here. When you look at companies in this market, how they operate and the kind of things they want to do, it's a little bit easier for us to scope out the different industries and the different companies that we want to work with in this part of the world as compared to other parts of the world. So I think it has definitely given companies like us and many other startups a pedestal to have your footstep in the GCC and maybe follow on to other markets like Europe, etc. Of course, the first expectation would be to get introduced to companies of different industries, right? And to knock down some doors and work closely together to validate a proof of concept of the kind of products that we are building as a company, right? So that it just gets easier, and I think the proof of concept comes faster when we are working with a company like Seed Group in this part of the world. And that's exactly what has happened. Now, Seed Group also gives us insights from market intelligence, market insights from data that they have validated in the past and relationships that they have maintained and they're sitting on from many years, because this is something they've done for a long time. So for companies like us, which are incumbents in these kind of markets, it's very essential to have a partner, and we are glad to have a partner like this to enter a market like Dubai. Success of our company, I think two factors. We were very adaptive, and we have the right people at the right places in the company, right? Because of the pandemic, a lot of companies, they realized the potential and the need to go digital. And we encapsulated on this need, right? We showed them that what we can do for them, and this is the right time for them to digitize and have like a commerce platform or be ready for the time when travel comes back or economy gets better. But at the same time, what do they do till then, right? So you have to understand the needs of your customers. This is what data tells us, right? During pandemic, there's still transactions going on, but just that, the consumers were looking for different things. We brought in that data, showed our B2B customers, B2B clients, that this is what your customers need right now. So let us help you reach these customers, and let us help you maintain your revenue channels, but by giving you new revenue channels. And at the same time, you're just going to get better with the technology that we're going to build for you and be in a better place at the other end of the tunnel. So this helped us disrupt and stay alive through pandemic. And during that entire pandemic time, we grew the company 10 times over. Our GMV and our valuation grew 10 times. Our revenue grew quite a bit. Yes, there is a luck factor as well, and the clients trusted us, helped us with data. We made good sense of the data and made a good business model that we are looking to now share with the rest of the world. The companies here are not risk averse, right? So they're willing to take the next step. This market, GCC, Dubai, etc., has the largest penetration of internet in the rest of the world, I believe, right? So that also shows that there is a value, and consumers want to be online. They want to look at different ways of transactions, etc. We thought that why not look at this market and give consumers the power of bringing all the different verticals of things that they might want under one roof. And Dubai, through the pandemic, I'll say, Dubai did a very good job in maintaining it well and controlling it well as compared to other parts of the world, right? So that also speaks heaps about the consumer mindset. The country was still welcoming to foreign tourists, etc. If the economy is still thriving, people are still going out, and everything is so well controlled in a country like this, why not take this as a case study and talk to companies and engage them to see what better things we can develop together. Can we engage your customers and send them their coffee vouchers at the same time of the day in different days of the week around the same time? Can we do that? It worked. Similarly, if you move on, okay, if you're searching for tickets to France, tickets to Paris today, and somebody else in the same household is searching for tickets to Italy on the same time of the day, how can our data look at all these things and make sense and make better recommendations to them as a family? These kind of data, travel search data, intent data, when you study intent data, it is very different in this part of the world as compared to when you study intent data for other markets. And even during the pandemic, the data showed us that this market is still very optimistic. That told us a lot about the consumers and the companies that we worked with. Yes. So the funding is mainly because we want to expand our product lines. We want to make our product lines better. We want to cut across industries, and we want to invest in the top thing the company can invest in, talents. So we are hiring top tech talents around the world. Currently, the company's strength is 170 people with offices in Seoul, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Singapore, here in Dubai, UK, Toronto, India, in Calcutta, and we are hoping to expand our presence in other parts of the world. We want to look at getting tech talents from maybe Poland, from maybe Sweden, maybe Romania, and different parts of the world, right? So that's one major thing that we're looking at. Product expansion, talent expansion. We're looking into having some merger and acquisition possibilities, etc. But mostly, a lot of it will go into expanding our company. By the end of the year, we hope to be around 250 people. That's the goal. Google Joint Business Plan came along as we were scaling up our presence in different parts of the world, starting off with Dubai actually. So Google has a suite of products which we call the better products of Google, now which helps us understand customer behavior, places of interest behavior, etc. If we can unlock that kind of data, we can make such much better analysis, which eventually helps us help our 2B customers to serve their 2C clients. The main reason that the partnership helps us is to get onto these beta programs. And Google sees us as one of the fastest growing startups, tech startups from that part of the world. So their association with us also helps them understand the different business models that we are bringing into the space, right? We are not only looking at disrupting travel industry or selling tours and activities products, we are also looking at understanding the trends in the market. What are the guests doing at what part of the hour, right? We are getting into that kind of data, churning those kind of data to help our customers serve their clients better. So we are now bringing in from Google the knowledge of what customers are searching for on Google and all the better products that Google is doing, marrying that data with the current existing data that companies have. Think of China Mobile again. They have existing data which is on their platform, their customer data. Marry that data with external data that we are bringing in from Google. And that's a harmony that helps these kind of companies scale their product verticals and their engagement with their customers so much more better. That's the main angle of our partnership with Google. In 5 years' time, if all goes well, we would have IPO'd, and we would like to be a household name with the kind of products that we are building. We would want to have the products and the marketplaces in every telco, every bank, or every other companies with big databases working with us and using our AI, our products, our reports, etc. That's the idea. That's the direction that the company is going.